Everybody must be sleeping. Hello. Hello, good night, everybody. How you guys are doing? How you guys are doing? I can come in peacefully. How is everyone doing tonight on this beautiful night? How is everyone? How is everyone doing? Good night, everybody. I don't know. Look, I eat something that I'm allergic to. I don't know. But I am here. I am here just chilling. I got me something I'm drinking too. I just here chilling. Probably should have turned up. I'll just turn on the TV and see what's going on. How is everyone doing? How you guys doing tonight? Everybody good? Everybody good? We say hola, 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 hey. I have a headache, but I'm just hanging out, seeing with people. So the rock and come in. What's going on? How is everybody doing? Everybody doing good? I'm doing good. Having a headache, but I'm doing good. So I can't complain. I can't complain. Little stress earlier, but I'm here. Maria, Maria, Maria. You say, hey, Anthony, hi. Little say hello, you're so pretty. Hi, you're back, little. How you doing? Greetings, Abby and Jesse. How are you? Hello. Anthony say you're so beautiful. Thank you. How is everybody doing? How are you guys doing? You say good you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I have a headache, but I'm doing good. How is everybody doing on this peaceful night? It's quiet in here, you know. Maria say, hey, I want to say have a beautiful life and may God bless you all. Thank you. And same to you as well. Appreciate. Thank you all so very much. You say, oop, hope you okay. I'm doing good, Abby. I'm doing good. Have a little headache and everything, but we holding on. Josh Evans, say hello. Hi everybody. Say, may I have some advice? What kind of advice you need, Abby? Antonio said, I will subscribe. Oh, thank you, Antonio. Antony, sorry, not Antonio. Thank you, Antonio. Maria said, also, you look beautiful. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. Then they said, I subscribe. Appreciate. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you. You say, I am trying to be a singer, but you're trying to be a singer is either you're a singer or you're a singer. Which one? If you can write music or you can sing or anything, don't be afraid, practice. You know what I mean? You have a mirror, get you a nice mirror. So you can have that to help boost your confidence. You can look in the mirror and you can get you on guitar or whatever instrument you like to play. You know what I mean? He said, my friends say I am not great at it. But you can't worry about what your friends say. You gotta worry about what you say about you, you know what I mean? Your final answer is gonna be based on you, you know. You just remember the man who start doing something in life, he said it to his friends and they never believed. Many people can tell you they never believed. But when you start this, you determine and you're confident enough to say, yes, this is what you want to do, it will work. But you can't let somebody discourage you if you think you have a passion for something, you know? You say, I really need it. So don't give up, man. If you think you have something to offer in the music industry, like in the singing aspect of it or whatever, whether writing music, poetry, whatever you're doing, don't give up. All right. Many people tell no many years ago. They were told no, but I can guarantee you these people are true testimony now. All these big organizations that you see out here now that so many people are working for, are hiring people or so forth. When they just have came up with the idea, somebody tell them no, but they didn't let that no let they give up because they know there was some more to what they were saying to these people, and the people weren't understand what they were coming from because they didn't have the dream. You gotta remember, when people can't see from the angle in which you're coming from, they can't vision it, they can't picture it. It will be a struggle, but as soon as you get it up and running, everybody will be right there with you saying, oh, that's what you were talking about. Not everybody have ill intention towards you when they say no about something. They just couldn't picture it, they couldn't see it. But when you go out there and determine and people start to see stuff, then they say, yeah, congratulations. And I guess we were wrong. Some people do apologize too for not believing. He said, today I was thinking, oh, you were thinking in numbers. Oh, that's good. Abby and just to say, I am so sorry. Good night, my mom saying I gotta go sleep. Thank you so much for the advice. Bless up yourself, Abby, and just don't give up off your dream. Keep your dream alive because you are your first encounter in terms of motivating yourself for what you want in life, okay? So you have a good night, Abby and Jess. Bless up to your mom who makes sure, body go to bed. Because it's a school night, so any kids on here, you gotta go to your bed, Anthony said, bye, Abby and Jesse. Be careful and don't fall down. All right, don't fall down. Good night, everybody. Hey, VIP. Hey, likers. Hey, commenters. Hey, sharers. Top fans, moderators, subscribers, everybody. How you guys are doing tonight? Peaceful night. How is everybody doing? We're just here chilling tonight. Hope everybody is doing good. Everybody is doing fantastic and everything. All of that, I mean, hope everybody is doing something, something, something. You see, I subscribe and I like, oh, thank you all so very much. I appreciate whatever role you guys play. I do appreciate. Manners, love, and respect to one and all. I am just here chilling, chilling before bed. I have a headache though, but it's a lot. And then I don't know what I eat. I think I probably this tongue I eat out of the candy. I get some bumps. So I don't know. I don't know what was that. But I am doing good. I'm just here chilling, little, and just checking in. You know, just check it. They say I'm checking in this year. This morning, I didn't eat nothing this morning. All I did this morning was drank some turmeric, lemon, ginger, honey tea, and when I did that live earlier, I did a live earlier. Then I ate some food on there earlier. I ate a salad wrap that I created. I eat. Wow. So how is everybody? What do you guys normally eat? I'm curious to know what you guys normally eat. Maria say, "Hey, I am back, beautiful." Oh, thank you, thank you. So what you guys doing? Well, Gabriella, say I am back. Hey, Gabriella, how are you? How you guys doing? You said, "Girl, I love your necklace." Thank you. Which one you like? This one? I got on two of them. Or this one? I gotta make me a blue one to put around my neck. I gotta make me one of the blue one. I need a blue one now. Yeah, yeah, but I love this pendant. I'm gonna make me a blue one. But thank you, Maria. I think they have a song say Maria, Maria, like a love in the air. Oh, you say you love all of them. Oh, thank you. Anthony said, "Me too." Oh, thank you. I like jewelry. I like jewelry, and I do like rings too, because they can't always be taken off. So that's why I like them. I prefer them. I prefer the jewelry, but everybody likes is different. Everybody preference is different, and my preference is just jewelry. And then I'm really a gold girl. To gold pop me up more, like when I have a gold or something. You say I love your life. Thank you. Well, today's just hola, peaceful. What did I name the live as? Lord, sometimes you name the live, it's like, what did I name this live as? I'll be like, what did I name the live as? You come up with something and you're like, I gotta go live, and like you just build the topic right there. I'm like, oh my goodness, what did I name this live as? I'm gonna see if I can see what I named this live as. You say I like it because you're the best. Oh, thank you. That's some encouragement right there. I'll take it. Thank you. I appreciate your guys' thoughts. Appreciate. Thank you. Maria say, "You girl, I need to go by. May God bless you, beautiful." Ah, thank you, Maria. Have a blessed night. Thank you. God bless you as well. Thank you so very much. And to everybody that have to leave, I totally understand. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for rocking in. Thank you all for meeting me in the comment section. Thank you all for meeting me, whether you're in the like section, in the subscription, wherever you're meeting me. And big shout out to all of the people them who sending up their hearts, who sending some love. I said manners, love, and respect to each and every one. Everywhere you communicate is communication. So thank you all. I see you all. Hey, hello everybody. Gabriella say you are the best YouTuber. Oh, I'm the best YouTuber. In my own look away, but I don't think I'm the best in the West. But in my own right, in my own look away, I'm doing the best I can. Okay, so I appreciate. Antonio said, "What time is it? Is you live stream is going to end?" My live stream is probably gonna end in a few hours. Not a few hours, maybe an hour, hour and a half. Anthony said, "Hi. Enjoy with Naomi. Hello, my dear friend. Hey, how are you?" Anthony said, "Okay. Yeah. So this is just a peaceful night." He said, "Have a great day. Thank you. Enjoy with Naomi." He said, "Enjoy." He said, "I'm fine. Thanks. Bless up yourself." Yeah, I saw the kitty doing very well. I like the music you be playing with the cat. You got some really good music playing with the cat. I love it. So bless upon yourself, everyone. Bless upon yourself. Yeah, say bless up, bless up. Yeah, bless up, everybody. Bless up. He said tomorrow I need to go in the office. Oh, you're gonna go in the office tomorrow? Oh, okay. That's nice. Antonio say hi, hi. Enjoy with Naomi say, "Oh, these are for you. Thank you, Enjoy with Naomi, and I appreciate your support. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate all of you love and support, man. Thank you." Black people are the chosen Israelites of God. Say, resilient queen. Good evening and blessings. Yes, man. We say, bless up, many blessings. Bless up on yourself, man, on this peaceful night. Hola. Anthony said, may God bless you. Thank you so much, Anthony. And God bless each and every one of us as we go throughout this day, throughout this night, throughout this evening, wherever you are, whichever the day is like for you, throughout this morning, wherever. Blessings to you all. Blessings to one and all. So, what is everyone up to tonight? What is everyone up to? Chilling? Me, I'm just here chilling and just having a peaceful life. It's a 9 plus 9 is 18, and two nines is 18. That's good. Are you good at math? Antonio, are you good at math? Oh, you say yes. Oh. I used to love maths. I was helping my son earlier with maths, but he's so stubborn. His head and maths is something else, but he good at the English. He good at everything else but the maths. Like he lost in the system. But such is life, you know what I mean? Such is life. Morning shower. Oh, they gonna get rain tomorrow in the morning. At least my car will get some wash. When rain fall, that's one less stress. No car wash. Go get some rain. Anthony said goodbye. I am leaving now. Bye. Thank you, Anthony, and thank you guys for holding down the nice, peaceful life tonight. Thank you all. Have a peaceful night. Have a blessed night. And have a blessed evening if you're in the evening zone, because I don't know where you all are chiming in from. But guess what, too, guys? I want to give a big shout out also to United States of America. Yes, I have to say shout out to you guys. I checked I was in my YouTube studio today and I checked my geographic thing there on something I was checking out, and they said America, South America, in South Africa. So big shout out. South Africa came in second. So big shout out to South Africa and Jamaica. So give a shout out to Jamaica. Jamaica came in for third there on the list there that was watching my videos. So big shout out. Every time it does change, so it's not always the same. But United States always either at the top or the second position. But majority of the time, United States is always at the top. So I want to say thank you also very much from United States of America for always watching my videos and for always supporting Resilient Queen and whichever role you guys play about supporting me, whether in the like section you meet me, or you meet me in the comment section, you meet me in the subscribing section, you meet me in the top fan section, which is the comment section, same way. You meet me with the hearts, you meet me with the 100, you meet me with the congratulations, whatever you meet me with. And whether you donate to the channel, which we say bless up the channel, whatever you guys are doing or join the membership, we say bless up. So I want to say big shout out to all of you and to South Africa and to Jamaica that come up in the geographic. More other countries are there as well, but those were the top three I see right now. The last time it was America, South Africa, and and I think Philippines. So I want to say big shout out to everybody. Just keep thing going. Thank you also continuing support, and for everybody who's supporting. And it was just good to see my country of Jamaica right there supporting your girl as well. So kudos, big shout out to Jamaica. Big shout out to Yadi. Bless upon yourself, and thank you all so very much for everybody that is watching my videos, my shorts, my remember my likes. When you try to give a speech and his speech wasn't planned. Hey, it's a big shout out. Antonio says, shout out to Jamaica. Israelite says, shout out to Jamaica. Yes, Israelite. Shout out to Jamaica. Anthony said, I am back. Oh, Anthony, thank you. Anthony said, hi, Anthony. And Israelite said, wow, Philippines. Yes, man, I have some good friends there from the Philippines there that they do support. Yes, they do. A couple other countries, so a lot more countries. He said, bye, you are making another live stream. No, I'm done with this one. It's going to be the last one for the night when I'm done with it. You know? But I just wanted to say thanks to America, man. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for your support, you know? Thanks to everyone, everyone. But, and I know Canada too and England, they watch my videos. I had in a couple geographic, you know what I mean? So I just want to shout you guys out. Everybody from right around the world, wherever you're watching from, just know that Resilient Queen is sending all of you love. You know what I mean? I was just shouting out the top three countries that I see in that geographic, and then I was so proud. I see my little country of Jamaica on there, so that was so good. That made me feel so good to know that I'm still loved. I feel love because the percentage might not be big that was watching me from Jamaica, but it still count to know that you could see your country right there to say, hey girl, I'm watching you. Yeah, you know what I mean? So thank you all so very much. He said you never know who will watch you. That's for real. You never know. You know what I mean? And the dissolving, codifying, goosh, Irish. What is that? I don't tell my age. I don't tell my age. Who know my age? Who know my age, but I don't tell my age. So anybody on here trying to figure my age, people on here who know my age, but I don't tell my age. I don't personally tell my age. I don't personally tell my age. I don't tell my age though. He said that is good. Your channel is going to grow a lot more too. Thank you. Thank you. I hope and pray because I wanna do so many things to help, I know a lot of people like myself struggle, but I know that once I get out my struggle, what I mean, and the channel is already I'm grateful for everybody who is supporting right now. I will never take anything away from these people who are supporting me, you know what I mean? Because they say, oh, we're two or more together, God is in the midst, and I know that one day, this channel will take off and it's gonna be able to help and people who are here already doing the right thing by supporting and everything. And the supporting, it doesn't have to be my channel, but supporting people who are on a mission to help others or so forth. You know what I mean? Yeah, because that's gonna be the game changer of this world. You know what I mean? When they say each one teach one, then each one help one. That's how life is. How long is this life going to be? This life is gonna be to about 1 hour to a half an hour. He said, I'm a real I wanna hola at you. Oh my god, oh my god. Anyway, moving right along, how is everybody doing? Best up yourself, what they call it, Dilbert, or whatever it is. Bless up on yourself, man. So that's the goal of this channel. Because sometimes when I go somewhere and I hear somebody say, man, I don't even got no money to pay my bills or whatever, and I say, even though I know I'm in that same predicament in some years of my life or so. But I always say, first thing I'm thinking about, man, I wish I had that money, could have helped somebody, you know. But next year, once I put my kids then back into school and then go back into my what I like to do, I'll be just fine. You know what I mean? I'll be able to help in a way that I can help, because I've done it before, so it's not gonna be hard. Yes, Israelite, you know what I mean? Sometimes you know what you have to do, but setbacks are something else sometimes. And sometimes, I think setbacks are set you back sometimes to prepare you for what's to come, you know what I mean? And see how you handle your setbacks. Nothing wrong with it's how you handle the setbacks is gonna make the difference. How you handle your setbacks for real. So do you know who Judah Bruce is? No. I think I've seen it's a YouTube channel too. But I've seen the channel, but I don't know, I probably watch it and don't even pay attention to the name, but I've seen it on my channel, I think. Is that a YouTube channel? Because I know I see a name just like that on my YouTube community feed. Because one thing with YouTube, they showcase a lot of YouTube, some different people all the time. He said, yes, yes, I've seen that channel. I think I watch it too. Because I think I watched it the other day when they come on about that young lady. Once any channel come in my feed, 95% of the time I'll be clicking on them and check them out and see what's going on with them or what they're doing or something. Yeah. You have similar eyes. Oh, we got similar eyes. Oh. I was supposed to put on some lashes, but I haven't put them on. I haven't put them on. Hey, I cherish church. You say peace, shalom. How are you? I cherish church. Bless up to you. That's my member there. Big shout out to I cherish church. I cherish church. I had you in the background the other day running you up, and I was watching you this morning. This morning I was watching you too. You say, I am. He said, I am back. Anthony say, I am back. You don't want to sleep, Anthony. Anthony's up there. He said, bless up, blessings, blessings. Bless up yourself, I cherish church. Bless up yourself. And thanks to each and everyone. Anthony said, I am lagging. You say you're lagging. I hope you don't have school to go tomorrow, Anthony. Hope you don't have school. You better go to your bed if you have school. He said, I cherish church network. Many blessings. Yes, man. Hey, I need you to teach me how to make those soap you be making. I'll be watching them. Because those are some good soap I see you be making. Hey, imagine you make your own soap. I need to make some dish soap for myself so you don't have to buy them. Because every time you look around, you have some dishes to wash. Ah, Hey, the greetings to one and all on this peaceful night. How is everybody doing? You're just chilling, hanging out, just here and just having a peaceful night. And big shout out to all of the top fans too, because I see a lot of top fans tonight. So big shout out to all of you. And VIP, we not forget to so bless upon yourself, VIPs. Yeah, you. Bless upon yourself. Hey guys, I see all over the YouTube channel too. It's a bless up to the most high. Yeah man. Blessings to him, man. I'm telling you. Guys, I see the school board. I forgot which school board this was, right? And I see they have it all over social media where they have so many people. They have so many people talking about this one person here. He was I think a principal or something. And they said ISIS went in there and arrest him or something. And I'm like, I think they said every channel I be watching on that news there, their views is like in the thousands. I'm like, wow, they're making so many headlines about that man. I'm like, he gonna be famous so bad. Whether good or bad, he gonna be so famous. He probably gonna have a movie on him. He said, yes, yeah, we are in the Houston. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, wow. But they were saying that every his qualification that he said he boasts that he got, he don't got it. But how is he running a school if he don't got no education? I'm wondering. He telling you. I know over here, so if you don't have a, let's say you're an immigrant and you're over here, you don't have a work permit, certain certain places you can't go work without the work permit. You have to have the work permit, even if you got your social. So I don't know. It's a praise the most high. Yep. So I don't know how, I don't know how the school, I don't know. But I know for this state that I'm in, even if you have your social, some places, especially companies that are like corporate companies, those big entities, they won't just hire you like that, you know. So that's tough. You said there is so much going on these days. Yes, yes. And I kind of feel it for the people who work so hard to put the to put meals on the table for so many people. And when they're having these kind of stuff, they might not get they will get their pay, but they might not get their pay right away. You know what I mean? So I feel it for those kind of people because Yes, they're out here, putting, making sure, ensure so many people get what they need to get and everything. But then once they having a shutdown, they can possibly not get paid too. Some people like that can be affected is like the militaries or, a couple other places that can be affected by these things. It's just tough, especially with people who serve and protect to protect this nation. Or so they should get their pay. Those pay should not be whole. They should get their pay. I mean, educators, nurses, doctors, everybody need their little pay. I'm not saying everybody is affected, but whosoever is affected that is making sure that this country is safe and secure. Those people should not go a day without their paycheck. Once they work, because some people risk their life. It's like they put their all in everything. So it's tough. It's tough because even though you're out here ensuring that this is that, because it's the government who pay them. They get their paycheck. Somebody's signing their paycheck over to them. So it's tough when things like these are happening. We might not think like they need their money, but people have plans for their paycheck. And when you hear something like this, everybody have plans for their paycheck. I'm pretty sure everybody who works always say, man, I'm gonna do this with this paycheck this month. And like how the first of the month just gone, everybody had planned, to pay your bills, do whatever you gotta do, maybe go on vacation. And then some people probably can't even go on their vacation because they're saying that $2 that they want to go on vacation, they're gonna have to save it for next month to pay some bills if they already catch up on their bills. You know what I mean? Because they don't know what the future hold. They don't know what's gonna go on. It's tough. You know what I mean? And that's why long time ago, yes, Israelite, yes, it's tough. Long time ago, I heard that the good suffer for the bad, and people probably nowadays, like the younger folks, probably saying, "What do you mean the good suffer for the bad?" It's true. The good always suffer for the bad. Because when things not going right, a lot of people don't even take into consideration that, hey, it's not just people who need to be suffering is suffering. It's everybody is hitting because think about you dressed up every day going to work and don't know when you're going to get your pay. Just think about it. You know what I mean? You say true. Penelope say, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? That's tough. You just dressed up every day, going to work. And when things happen, it affect, it affect you. Yeah, sometimes you could have plans to do this. Some people in the process of probably buying another this, doing another this, and then need to seal the deal with this month paycheck or next month paycheck. And then when all these things put on hold, how do you do your stuff? That's how you get pushed back in life. Because sometimes you're planning for this, and then oh, little did you know that you're gonna have a standstill, and that's why it's just tough. I believe no matter what should be happening, people should be getting their paycheck same way, not be paused for people to suffer because of petty behavior or this didn't do or that didn't do. You know what I mean? People grown. We need to start come to decent resolution to solve things. You know, and I can understand why they stall some of the things because they're looking at the millions of people who are benefited from the care act and all of these things, and they're saying that they need to pass it on that basis or so. But people have to suffer with that working for get their paycheck though. I don't know about that part. And then it also can possibly affect schools in how they run the school too. Some school that really depend on these things, it can be affected. A lot of things can be affected. A lot of things. And missing paychecks is a big deal. Of course, cause it set you back. It set you back. It's like you don't show up to work because of sickness or stress or anything. And you were banking on that $2, but you never show up or anything. That of course that set you back. Go be say, hey sis, what's wrong with black people? I don't know. What's wrong with the world? Good night, everybody. But I don't believe nobody should work so hard and you know and not get their pay. That's just my take. I don't believe nobody should be caught up in what people, what they're trying to, what they call it, squash out or something. Pay people their money same way. When you know you're going to have these things, at least have 3 months worth of paycheck out there for these people who are working. Have at least have it in secure, you know, not have it on pause for people. People have families. They got children, they got bills, and some people, the more money you make, we already know, the more money you make, the more friends you don't have. Because you go into bills, right? And if working hard. All right, Kobe, you were say working hard. Yeah, man, work that. Yeah, man, it's tough. And people, and sometimes we look and we don't look that what affect one side affect everybody. It just affect everybody. Because even the man who's trying to make sure everything go accordingly might not get their paycheck, might not get a paycheck right away. They paycheck it stall. I remember one year or two. Which year was it? I was working, and working in where they depend on those local subsidies to pay you. We could get stalled too and don't get our paycheck. That a lot of people was so kind of somewhat upset too. So I totally understand. And at that time, it's like you're working paycheck to paycheck, even though, yes, when you get your paycheck, you're going to stretch. But think about you're not sure if you're going to get your paycheck right there and then. That's tough. You know what I mean? That's tough. Even if you have $2 in the bank, that's still tough because you weren't planning to use the $2. Your $2 for rainy day. You're planning to use what you already earned. That you get up and go to work and earned. You're thinking about how you gonna spend that money, and that's why they say you can't put your egg in one basket. 'Cause you can't bank on one thing because you just never know. They say the politics are for the politician, not the workers. Yes, man. Yes, man. I don't think nobody should ever work and get caught up in anything and linger people paycheck and all this. I just don't believe in that. You know what I mean? Because it's not fair to these people. People are grown people. They need to come to a proper resolution in this world because that adds stress to people's life too. And then now people start off to think, yes, they may have a decent job, a solid job. You say you never know. That's true. You can have a decent job, but think about when you get caught up in this all these shit down and this and that. Why do people have to suffer when they because people don't want to come to a peaceful things to help people and look into what they need to look into. It's like, okay, well, let's be petty for how long? You know what I mean? And then those money, the more money they gonna be double up giving these people, is the more taxes gonna be coming out of it. So it's like you can't win to lose. And then everybody don't have nothing to say they gonna rely on for next this and that. Cause some people living in some expensive place paying bills. So when you tangle up people money, some people might have backup, not everybody have backup. Because some people have big families, some people take on more than anything and they were just getting by the best way they were getting by. I don't believe people money should tangle up in nowhere. You work for your money, pay you, you know and then plus summer school probably will be affected too, and many people realize on the school for lunches and all these things for the children. What I mean? You just never know. We just have to hope and pray that they can get what they need to get out the way, go back to the drawing board, figure out what they need to do, and just get things up and running. You know what I mean? You don't want to tangle up nobody in all these because a lot of people they depend on a lot of different areas of things that are going to be affected by the shutting down or so. So, they get back to the drawing board. I hope and pray they get back to the drawing board quick and fast and do what they need to do and come to a better resolution because sometimes you think things don't affect people, it does affect you. What I mean? Wait till you look and you check your bank book and you check your bank and you don't see nobody in there, you don't see anything. You know what I mean? It will. It's I will be back. Bless up yourself, Israelite. Bless up yourself. You know what I mean? It's a tough situation, people. It's tough. And then so many people have to get up and be at work on time. Sometimes you take disrespect or you take insult. Give me my paycheck. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go through so much, people. You go through so much in life, just even when you have your best job. And so sometimes you encounter people, there's sometimes the customer service is bad and everything. You encounter so much in this world. But at the end of the day, these people work if they need money. They don't need to get locked down in anything if they paycheck. But I kind of understand how the government work a little. I do understand, but I just believe that people should just get their money. They should not be tangled up in nothing. You should have a plan out before this is coming to a standstill or a halt. That's just my take. I believe that they should have some measures in place when they know that these things might occur. Have some things that they do have some things like that. So maybe for a month or so that you will still see something coming in, but you don't know for the next 2 3 months how things gonna work. You know what I mean? So they do have something in place, but they need to just don't tangle up. Can you imagine? Don't tangle up people who out there have to be risking all to take care of this country to be suffering because of people don't want to come up to an agreement to get back on track. You know what I mean? This is a tug of war here, tug of war. No. And then who get tied up in it? Always the people, always the people get tangled up in this. 'Cause remember now, you gotta think. All these people who you see having these things, yes, some are defending some things and some are wanting to just completely erase. But when you see these things that are happening, it don't affect just one particular community. It affect every community, whether you're middle class, whether you're higher class or you're lower class, whatever class you're in terms of your asset and your well-being or blah blah blah. It affect everything. Everybody feel the grunge of it because they feel you could be middle class and work for the government and your paycheck is not coming in. That just put a dent in your plan. That just put a halt in what you were planning to do. And you could be down at the bottom down there. And same way you were banking on this little dividend you're gonna get. Dividend is still money. You were banking on this little dividend and only to be whole that is on hold. Or it could be possible be on hold. So everybody do affected by something when they have this kind of thing here going on. You know what I mean? A lot of things affected. Schools affected, military, a lot of things affected, you know. And then it's so funny how we can always affect the schools, the military, those kind of jobs, certain government job, it does affect. And then you still have to show up to work if you have to show up. We don't know. This is my thought. Yeah, I just feel if it is people. Mind you, people had they look a backup, look of money, but sometimes you not plan for move. Sometimes you not plan for move no money for yesterday, so you just know say you work and you had a $2 they forget. People if you don't understand, don't understand exactly what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you do have one little backup right here, so but you never plan for go touch your backup. Your backup of a rainy day, you plan for say alright, then you're gonna get a little dividend there and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I feel it because I've been through it before, so I totally know, totally understand. And when I go to mine at the time, I had just got the job. Yeah, I just got the job. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, some people, but the good part they didn't have theirs for long. They didn't have theirs for long, but Such is life, people. We hope and pray that things will be better. That's how we can do. Hope and pray that things will be better. And for everybody who think they're gonna get caught up in these, hopefully, and then could possible people be laid off or lose their job too. So that's another thing. So sometimes you think these things are bringing bringing something good, but also it can also be pushing another family outside of a job, or if you just it does stuff. Because mind you, not everybody when they were working know how to spend their money either. And they could just be living, spending just by living, spending, living by spending. Sound weird, but it is what it is. It's just stuff. But I hope they get to a resolution quicker. I hope they do. You say I am back. Let's episode Israelites. Yeah, I hope they get these things quick because everything affected. I remember the other day my son's school sent me an email. They sent everybody. And they said, just so you know, if he should possibly have the shutdown at the time, he wasn't sure yet. Just so you know, they're going to try to do everything in their powers to make sure the kids they are able to maintain and keep the school afloat or so. But not every school have that wherewithal to do that. You know what I mean? So when they depend on the little dividend from the government, and when a possible shutdown come in play, some school are probably scrambling to say, Lord, how much longer? Or they probably had something stuck, because everybody always have to plan for rainy day. You always hear that at least 3 months. They always tell it, and anything at all. They always say at least 3 months. You know what I mean? So it's sad. It's sad. And sometimes what you think don't affect you affecting so many other people who the stress is real. The struggle is real, the pain is real. The hiccups is real. Sometimes you might not think something affect you because you're good, but you gotta think about others around you know what I mean. They say we all gotta learn to think about other people. You know what I mean? Yes, you're gonna say, oh, but they live their life like that. That have nothing to do with nobody. Because these people who are working for the government or so, and the government pay them a paycheck, they didn't ask to be caught up in this. They didn't ask. So that's not a question for Israelites. That true. They didn't ask to be caught up and locked up their money. They didn't ask for that either. So sometimes you say, well, we choose our life like this. That. Half of these people don't choose what is happening right now. You know what I mean? The people who choose what is happening right there is the people who already know that their money is well secure. Hey, so they could up there talk all they want. But the majority is being affected. That's the problem. The majority is being affected. And all these people that have to come out every day. You have people who still working for the government and you say, oh, you in a government job? Oh, you in this? Oh, you in that? And you thought that everything would be dandy. Everything is not dandy. Everything ain't shandy. Because you can be working, but as I say, if you don't put $2 aside, you just gonna live this way, everybody like everybody else, and no matter what position you are. If you don't know how to put knit and tie, old people that say learn to knit and tie, you will be just like regular people, a regular everyday people. So it's all about knit and tie. We have to learn how to knit and tie. So that's something I learned when I was growing up as a kid. We gotta learn to knit and tie. So you know, but it's not fair for everybody to look at these people, especially critical job, crucial jobs that they need these people on. It's not fair to them. Think about these crucial jobs. You have some jobs that are very crucial. You know what I mean? So their money should not be hold up on nothing. Nothing. Because if you take 10 days or a whole month for I'm just hypothetically speaking, these people are supposed to be just, how they going to go on with their family? That's too much stress right there. That would be too much stress. You know, we have to be considerate when it comes to not just say, oh, my needs are taken care of and everything. You say, hopefully the shutdown won't last for long. Yes, I hope too. Because that will not fair to everybody. And they still have to show up to work, you know. 'Cause you don't want to don't show up and then you have a resonate and you have something sign off on you and then you won't have nothing. You know what I mean? That would be worse than not showing up. So it's tough. You know, what I don't like for myself, I know I don't like it for other people. You know what I mean? And plus, you still have to show up same way. Some people still have to show up. Some people might have to stay home. You know, and then sometimes when you see some of these things happen, that's how they shuffle. That's how they shuffle up the deck. You know what I mean? That's how they shuffle up the pack by doing all these things. A lot of time, you see how people even do stuff when they wanna do stuff, being petty about stuff. But they need to hurry up and find a resolution. So, because even though you have people out there who are serving and protecting this country, but you also got to remember that some of these people have a life that sometimes they're paying mortgage, they're paying rent, and sometimes it can be so expensive. And then some people who can't work, can't afford to do this, depend on every little thing. So it's not like they can go out there and fetch. And some people are elderly, they can't go out there and fetch the way they could before. And the schools that all of us as parents, all parents, I don't care what walk of life you're from, all parents, private school may not be affected, but majority of the parents that depend on school to run efficiently, effectively, and not have to worry so much and all these things. The schools that independently programs to help generate funds to help keep the school afloat. You know what I mean? So you can always generate for your children and everything. Because even if the school could have asked you as parents to say, hey, can you bring up a role of teacher in? Over here the rules are very strict. You can't bring nothing to school unless they ask you. But other than that, you can't bring nothing. It's not like you can say, all right, then as a parent, since something going on, you're gonna take a case of tissue to school, or you can't do that. They cannot do that because they're not asking for any. They're not going to take that. You know what I mean? They're not going to take it because that's a policy. They have a policy and they have to follow the policy. They have to follow the guidelines. You know what I mean? Only time something like that can be happening unless maybe it's a private school or something like that. But think about the public school. They can't do that unless you probably have to go through different channel. You know what I mean? Not just whatever, but you might have to go through a different channel or something to distribute something to them. At least you're having a peaceful night. No comprehendo. Oh my God. Good night. Good night to you. Good night to you, Fresh. Good night. Good night. I have my 2 cents, but I will say I will just leave it as that. Sometimes yeah, your 2 cents, you have to give it up, people. Yeah, your 2 cents, you have to say here. But anyway, people, we're not talking about that. We just have to work, you know, because a lot of things being affected, and the poor school always in the equation. The schools always, what I mean, and that's tough. That's tough. And that's why we are such a blessed nation. I want to mean blessed nation because a lot of people will probably say they work for themselves and do certain things. When things like these happen, you like say to yourself, "Whoa, I don't miss this, I don't miss that." You know what I mean? Some people probably say, "I don't miss this, I don't miss that," but everybody can't say that because somebody have to take these jobs to run to keep this the country afloat. You know what I mean? To help generate so parents can go to work, this can that done. We can have a nice country, a nice day. You know what I mean? Everybody is okay. You know what I mean? So even though you might say, well, I don't miss this, I don't miss that, but you probably know somebody that is in there and depending on a little dividend that they work so hard for. Sometimes take a lot of insult, a lot of disrespect, you know what I mean? So plus your children, majority of the children will be affected when because if it's school affected that they're going to, you don't know which school yet will depending on how long. Because for now, people would probably they probably probably send out letters to say it could be a possible shutdown or so, so they want them ahead of time so you know how to stack when you're stacking. And you at schools, yes man, because they have to know how to plan ahead. In everything you have to know how to plan ahead. It's like so you're gonna go in the hospital for around 3 months, probably go do one surgery, you might end up in there for around 3 months. Don't you have to plan ahead to say, all right then, if I rent you pay, you have to pay up these things ahead of time, go in and talk to the necessary bank people them who you have to talk to or to conduct a transaction, blah blah blah, or if you had somebody, you know what I mean? So the same thing, you know what I mean? So, but everything have to just be dotted and crossed, and sometimes some people don't have it to dot and cross, and that's it. And that's the real part right there, and that's why I say. And even the people that just be working for the government, sometimes some of them just working paycheck to paycheck. So you could be working for the government, but what if you're on the lower ranking, or so where your income is just enough to take out your rent, take out your light bill, maybe your local internet bill, and so we have to be we have to learn to be very considerate, not because you might not be in the dilemma or it does affect you, but it can affect so many people around you that we grow to know, or even if you don't know them, but you know that hey, the schools, hey, the police force, hey, this the army force, hey, the nurse, the people just in a whole that what I mean that work for the government, what I mean, they affected, and then how people gonna come to work and be able to do their job when their money is tangled up. They say money make the world go round, and it sure do. It sure do make the world go round because it keep people into a job. It keep people paying their bills. It keep you out of embarrassment. Like especially when you run your bills up or you owe debt, you owe mortgage, you owe rent, you owe car note, you owe insurance. You know what I mean? It keep you out of those things. So even though it depends on how we look at money and how we use money, you know what I mean? It keep us away from a lot of stuff. It keep us from being stressed out. It keep us from being depressed and everything, and also to bless others with if you have enough to bless, or sometimes you don't have enough but you just bless somebody, you know what I mean, just bless them same way. You have a lot of people. You don't have to have it to bless somebody if they can have a dollar to spare their spirit. You know what I mean? So it does make the world go round because it's a cycle. And then when that cycle pauses for a second, then it's a tough one. You know what I mean? When it's cycle pauses for a few minutes, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish that. You know. I remember when I get my first job, I'm like, okay, okay. Yes, man. True about money. Yes, man. Just look at how you cycle money every time you wonder where does the money go when you hand it. You go right back out into the world. Money go around. Even though you're generating money, but when you put pause on money when money stop, where you get money to keep going around? It's like losing your job or quitting your job and you don't have nothing. How do you generate income when you don't have nothing? You know what I mean? Money pause to you. Nothing circulating, nothing going around. You don't got nothing to help get you around. You ever see a merry-go-round? The thing that they swing. Like when you go to the festival parks or whatever, when they had that thing going around, don't you see when it stop, what you see going nowhere, but as soon as you see they pay for the ride or something and they go in there, what happen? It start go again. So same way with money. When you have money, everything go around. Sometimes it goes smooth and sometimes it don't go smooth because sometimes you only have half the money to go half of the journey. And then yeah, the cycle is like have half the money if you just pay the rent, pay the mortgage, pay the car note, or pay someone maybe one bill, two bill, maybe not all the bill, but at least it can you halfway. You know what I mean? So life go. You do generate. You generate money. You cycle money. You go around. You come back, and you come right back in your hand. This month you spend first of the month. Everybody spend money pay with a mortgage, car note, rent, light bill, internet bill, whatever bill everybody pay on the first of the month. Everybody. Only person who not paying no bills, they not here. Are the babies or whatever. But then you go around, you say stretch the money out. Yes, man. And that money go right around Israelite and it just go around and it come right back to you. Because then the following week you get paid again depending on how often you get paid. Or next month again you get paid. So you know the cycle go around whether weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or every week, twice a month. You know what I mean? And just go around. But you think about you don't have none of that to go around. That's like a pause on your brain. I can't think. Oh, you can't think because it's a pause, you know? You start generate money, no money not making, no money not distributing. Come on. What you gonna have to distribute? You ain't gonna have nothing. You can have money for a 3 month to distribute, at least you know that you barely getting by, but you will get by, less stress. But not everybody have that. So no matter how somebody probably be seeing and say, well, I'm good, I'm okay, but you okay. Doesn't mean everybody's okay. And that's why we have to be so considerate, so mindful. You say, yes, man. Yes, Israelite. You know what I mean? We have to be so considerate, so mindful, and because you just don't know. Because even a lot of people who employ people now and working in certain sectors, they're probably saying, I wonder where, I hope. They probably start wondering how they're going to distribute the little dollars that they had probably put aside. If you say, in case of anything, they have at least 1, 2, 3 months. And some people might they get a half a paycheck because they're trying to distribute $2, depending. We don't know how long it's gonna last, but just depending on how long. Some people have to take a pay cut, some people have to take it because they're trying to stretch it so everybody can get something. That's tough depending on the amount of people you hire. That's tough. Because even though people caring for other people, caring for this, caring for that, but they still need a paycheck. So even when we say, oh, we're not a part of the equation, we all are part of the equation. Because somewhere in the equation we're working, we're not probably not working out in that favor, like our money not being held up or anything. But think about somebody else's money not being held up, and you can say, oh my God. And sometimes somebody, yes, they're smart, they're educated and everything and choose certain job, but then when these things come around, they do affect somebody. Every little thing that go around with money, it does affect somebody. You don't have to affect everybody, but it does affect somebody. You know what I mean? Yes, they're trying to pass this, they're trying to pass that to make sure everybody have this and have that so they don't have to pay too much more out of pocket and all of that. Totally understand because the cost of living and everything is just crazy. Sometimes out of hand. Yes, it does. Yes. You know what I mean? So I totally understand what is going on. They want to make sure something is in their lock, signed, sealed, and delivered. So, everybody can get a sigh of relief, or the majority can get this sigh of relief. Because then it's like putting more out of pocket so people can just sit down and think that, oh, I'm good, I'm straight. But, yeah, we have to be sympathetic with others. We have to learn to put ourselves in their shoes. Not that you wear the same size shoes, that's not what we're talking about. just that everybody can get by. It's tough. And a lot of people working now have this paycheck to paycheck, and they're taking care of their family. They're taking care of like a loved one or so forth, and that loved one might not have no money to do anything. You know what I mean? So their little paycheck is going here, it distributing to everything. You know what I mean? It distributing to a lot of stuff. So that's a tough situation to be in. You know, you don't have to be in anything to know what is a tough situation. You don't have to be in anything to say, "Oh, I don't understand." You have imagination. You can imagine. They tell kids to be imagine. You can't imagine. Doesn't mean you have to be in it. But as I said, it's just tough. Well, I hope they can come to a peaceful, you know, vote of saying, okay, we agree on this, and hopefully they can come and say, okay, we finally made up, we finally made a decision, and this is what this is gonna be now, so and so and so and so. Because you see, running on petty behavior ain't gonna work either. Running not being considerate about these people, because people work hard, people risking their life night and day to serve and protect, and holding up some things. None of these people should never have to be entangled in these things. But it's the way of life, people. That's how the government works. We don't have control over how the government work with. This is just our opinion of what I think. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean it's factual. Doesn't mean it go like this or it go like that. It just think it out aloud. That's all that is. It's like when things happen, you do think out aloud. You know what I mean? Like when I was looking at that um principal there where they said he faked that, he said he have degrees, he had this, he had that, and how many years he working in schools and stuff like that. And now, and that's why they say you pass always. They say memory don't live like people do, because they always remember you. I'm telling you, your pass. You ever hear that song? They say memory don't live like people do. They always remember you. So even when you think that okay, nothing remember you, they do remember you, whether good or bad. So that's how life is. So. But I just hope and pray that they can come up and nothing being affected, and people don't have to be extra stressed out. No added stress, you know what I mean, from the regular stress that everybody already have. So we just all have to hope and pray that there is no added stress and then to anything, because if they cut certain things, they are saying that millions of people is gonna be more on the suffering side or struggle. You know what I mean? Because they would have to end up take more out of pocket also. So it's a lot going on. So I just hope and pray that they consider the majority that to realize that hey, we need to we need to do something about the majority, for the majority, because if this should happen or that should happen, it's gonna be a tough task. You know what I mean? So I hope they take a lot of things into consideration and not just being sensitive to what one party said and ready to attack the other one, or because you didn't like what this one said. I hope they take everything into consideration, and knowing that majority of these people, if they should eliminate this or eliminate that, how would these people manage? You know what I mean? How, you know what I mean? So hopefully they take every little thing into consideration, so that everybody can all get back on track, get back with their regular daytime, less stress. Because in this time, plus people go through the pandemic, it bring a lot of stress. You know what I mean? And then we have all these things going on. That's bring a lot of stress. You might not be stressing because nothing affects you, but somebody else is out here affected. You know what I mean? So we can say, oh, nothing affect me, nothing bother me, I'm good, I'm straight. But somebody else out there is not good. Somebody else out there is being affected by what is going on. And these are the people who are out there helping so many of us, schools, lawmakers, and all these things that are helping to serve, protect, take care of our children, take care of the health. You know what I mean? So many places. So even when we look and I say, oh, this don't affect me. It don't affect you because you're not in it, but it affects so many others. A lot of us parents right now in America, yeah, kids going to school, and the school provide everything, every God Almighty thing, everything they provide, everything. Dynasty say, oh, you know what I mean? So you have to hope and pray, people. You have to pray, man. Prayer work, man. You have to pray. Pray for what you guys want and whatever they saying that they want in that bill before they agree to pass that bill. Pray that they can get into that bill so everybody can get on with their life and everybody can be at ease. So you don't have to call one of your auntie, one of your uncle and say, hey, my premium is this and I don't have that extra. Can you spare me? They won't be able to spare people every month when their premium due. So you have to just pray for the right things to get in that bill and everybody can come on agree with these things so you can benefit the majority. You know what I mean? You don't have to be affected by something to talk, speak up and pray about things and hopefully, it don't fall on deaf ears and hopefully because prayer do work, the powers of people coming together and shedding light and a lot of stuff it does work. Yeah, that's the only way people. Sometimes you don't think lawmakers start to look at a lot of things that people, when they put things out there, you don't think they be looking at some of those smart, intelligent platforms that are out there shedding light on things and say, let me listen to what this person is saying. Let me see if we can make sense of the common sense. Because sometimes you're doing educational this, educational that, but sometimes all it takes is a little common sense, street sense. Yes, sometimes you're looking according to the book and according to this, but sometimes all you have to do is look to the common sense. Okay, you're going to hear it. What do people really need? How is this thing going to affect when we take away something or when we subtract something from this bill? How is it going to affect the majority? How is it going to have an impact in a negative way on people's livelihood that depend on this or depend on that? You know what I mean? So it's a lot to take into consideration when things like these are happening. So sometimes they probably out there looking at people and I say, okay, let's just see what some of these people are talking about. Let's see if we can meet some of these people who are shedding some light, not being rude, not being arrogant, not being aggressive about what we are doing as the government are. So let's listen to a few of these people platform, with a podcast, with a whatever social media. Let's listen to a few of these. Yes, because you don't think sometimes they're on your social media, of course. Let's see what these people are saying about what we're doing. Because then we have people who bold and brave enough to shed some light. And then sometimes they get some ideas to probably say, yeah, we might need to do this or do that because, different point of view come together, and trust me, it work. It work. We might not know the laws or we need to know it. But when you come together, you will realize that the law is paying attention. When we come together as one, you come together as a community. When you come together as a helping hands here and there, you just pray. Helping hand doesn't mean you have to distribute your cash to nobody. You just pray. You know what I mean? Talk about the things. Be honest. Give your honest opinion. Doesn't mean you have to be intelligent about everything you're gonna do. You know? But you're giving your two little common sense, your two little shilling in there. What you think of something. You know what I mean? What you think of something doesn't mean that's how we go. You know what I mean? But it's just your thought. Just your thought on something. So we have to bear that in mind. Got to bear that in mind. But hopefully they come back together real quick so that people can get on with their life. Everybody don't have to be started worrying. Because some people right now probably out there worried. Some people worried that they might be laid off and don't get called again. Because my man was saying that if they go like this, he can go either way, with life. So we just have to hope and pray. Because you're gonna remember too, when they reduce the workforce, so things gonna be slowed down. So the time they take to process things, it won't take that much. It will take longer. So you gotta also remember that too. That's why we have to pray for each other. Because when you reduce when you reduce the workforce and certain things need to be handled within certain time frame, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen like how you don't want it to be happen effectively. You know what I mean? Because when you reduce the workforce and all of that, it's gonna take a longer time, longer processing time. Maybe instead of a week, you end up having 2 3 weeks where you never have to. Yeah, so there's a lot to take into consideration when things are happening. Not just paying attention, but also to stay abreast of what is going on because, as I said, things might not have to affect you because you're saying, "Oh, I'm independent. I'm good." Everybody independent till they're not independent. That's all life is. You know what I mean? But put some empathy in what we're doing. Be considerate, be mindful that because you're good or I'm good doesn't mean everybody else is good. You know what I mean? So yeah. But family, we ain't gonna stay any longer. Or so I'm gonna go lay down. But I just wanted to say, let's join hand people peacefully. We don't have to be rude about anything because rudeness, especially when it come on to up in society kind of things, rudeness not gonna cut it. Rudeness just gonna make it worse. You know what I mean? So just to be peacefully praying, peacefully talking about these things, peacefully giving your 2 shilling. That's just your opinion. Or so forth. You don't know who is listening, you don't know who's taking note. I say, oh, I like your point on this. I like your view on this. You don't know who's taking note. You don't know who you're interacting with. We don't know whose home you're in. I mean, we don't know. You can be in so many people home that are taking note and go back to the drawing board and see, okay, what can we learn from these people that are talking about these things? You know what I mean? How can we hear about the needs of the people? How can we fix things? How can we cater for these things? You know what I mean? So yeah. So anyway, people, what good have a blessed night. Thank you all so very much for hanging out tonight, and to all the likers, the shares, the commenters, the well wishers, the VIPs, yeah, the top fans, the moderators, everybody, the subscribers, everybody, the members, everybody. We want to say bless upon ourselves and have a peaceful night. And I will go and pray to make sure that everybody that this possible shutdown could be affected with your local dividend. Keep praying, don't give up, and pray that sooner than later they will come to a peaceful deal and everything will be okay and everybody will be going again and everything will be set again and the ball is ready again to roll. Remember, the ball is still rolling, but it's not rolling as how it's supposed to. So just remind you, it's not like the ball completely shut. It's still rolling, but it's not rolling as how it's supposed to then, in other words. So just hope and pray and keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers, family, when we're praying. You know what I mean? Because what don't affect us doesn't mean it don't affect somebody else. You know what I mean? What don't have an impact on you doesn't mean it don't have an impact on somebody else. You know what I mean? What you're not going through doesn't mean somebody else is not going through it. All right. So until then, people, peace out. Bye.